7, 6, 11. Boots. Moving up and down again. Let's go. Let's charge. Oh. Welcome back, horror freaks, to Strange Monkey Reviews. And yes, I have been dying to talk about this film right here, one of the most highly anticipated, and that is not an exaggeration when I say this. 28 years later, that's right, we are discussing that today. And it's not just me, two of my friends are going to help me out with that. So, let's get this going, shall we? Up first, please welcome my friend that is here to review the film, Pettywise the Venting Clown.
So you finally decided to recruit Pettywise for a movie review. Strange Monkey, it's about time. Hi, for those who don't know me, I'm Pettywise the Venting Clown, meaning I don't shut the fuck up about movies, and I tend to get a little petty with my opinions, so bear with me. Strange Monkey has asked me what I felt about 28 years later, and boy do I have a lot to say, but I will keep it brief. The good parts. All the acting. Every single actor brought their A-game to this movie, especially newcomer Alfie Williams. He really held his own against Ray Fiennes, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Jodie Comer. I was really impressed. I wasn't expecting this kind of performance from Jodie Comer, but I knew that she could pull it out. I was most surprised by Ray Fiennes, because the way that they alluded to his character, you thought he was going to be either crazy, maniacal, murderous, when in fact, he's the most humane of them all. Because 28 years later of this virus outbreak, he's the one who's truly come to peace with what's going on. He doesn't look at it like a war zone. In fact, he treats the infected like they're human. And the whole Bone Temple, the paying homage to the dead and teaching Alfie's character about remembering love as well as remembering death, because they go hand in hand, as life is. It's the most humane part of the entire film, and probably my most favorite moment. Things I didn't like, but don't totally hate. I don't mind that these infected are naked, but they're all naked. Every single one of them. And Danny Boyle made a conscious choice to make sure that all of the men, specifically in the movie, had prosthetic penises. Which means he wanted you to see that. I'm not saying I disliked it, but I do think it was very distracting considering the very important themes that Danny Boyle was trying to tell in his story. Other things I liked. I love how random the ending is. I love that we don't know anything about Jimmy, except for the fact that he was probably one of the only surviving kids in the beginning, if not the only one. Somehow created this Power Rangers type cult in tracksuits. I'm so excited for the next one. That's probably the best part about this, is that Danny Boyle is creating a world of all these characters, and we're just along for the ride. Hit me up next time, Strange Monkey. We need to do this again.
And there you go. Those are some interesting points. Thank you so much, Pettywise. I really appreciate it. You'll be seeing her very soon in the future. So I know there's another thing that is causing some controversy in this film. You know, that mainly the alpha characters, the more advanced, stronger, faster infected, that they're just gigantic gentlemen who are, they're packing. And people thought it was very awkward and whatnot, and I understand that. You know what I mean? I understand that, but I'll tell you what, my other friend who is here, he's going to talk about the alpha characters. So, returning to this channel once again, my good pal, Nero.
The strange monkey has summoned me again to help him review 28 years later. They say there are many storylines to follow. The one I choose to follow is the Alphas. The Alpha. a zombie above all zombies, standing around 7 feet tall, ripping off the heads of his enemies. The Alpha is procuring his land, living peacefully, and those humans decide to come and hunt his people for sport, so he runs them off. But that is not enough. They cannot just stay on their island. They decide to come back and steal his child. That boy should be ashamed of himself. Everything he touches falls apart. And I hope he learns to be a proper man. Someone that can lead by examples and doesn't make foolish choices. I hope the Alpha gets to him and rips his head off.
There you go. He said what he said, and that is all that matters, ladies and gentlemen. So, you don't like it? Well, get on out of here. And then that just leaves me
to talk about my favorite moment in the film.
right off the bat. I'm gonna say just the beginning, when you have Jamie and Spike, the father and son duo, going around. You know, it's sort of like a coming of age tradition where they go out and, you know, they gotta hunt. They are going out to the mainland, and they get into some big scuffles. A big battle ensues with the infected, and they have to hide in a cottage. And then that falls apart. They have to run all the way back to the island. And all of a sudden, this big-ass Alpha starts running and charging at them. And they gotta make it. And they make it. And guess what happens? They make it back. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have another one coming soon. The 28 years later, the Bone Temple. And I'm really excited to see what they do with that. You know, I was not expecting a fourth film. I think it's supposed to come out next year. So, you know, this film, I did have high hopes for it. And overall, you know, I did enjoy it. There were some moments that could have been better. But, you know, the film has its strengths. And it also has its weaknesses. So, with that being said, 28 years later is shamelessly entertaining. It is what it is. Danny Boyle did what Danny Boyle wanted to do. And either you like it or not, it is what it is. So anyway, I'd like to thank Pettywise and Nero for helping me out with this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you like 28 years later, put it in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about it. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Subscribe, click on that notification bell so you won't miss out on the next video. And if you like this one, check out the previous video. Follow me on all of my social media platforms and have yourselves a good fright.
7, 6, 11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before.